Winning games in Overwatch is a lot more than simply playing the objective or playing the support. This is why I have created 9 quick yet valuable tips to help you guys win more games in Overwatch in under 5 minutes. We don't have a lot of time here, so I'm going to jump in right now with number 1, and that is learn your role, not just one hero. It's okay if you like Reinhardt and he is your favorite hero to play, or Reaper, or Widowmaker, but you're going to want to learn a little bit more than just one hero. Depending on the game mode you're playing, or the enemy team comp, the hero you like best may not always fit the situation. Knowing an entire role instead of just learning one hero allows you to be a lot more flexible and dynamic in-game and will help you win a lot more games, which goes right along with tip number 2, which is learn when to change your hero and how to counter. I will be making guides in the future on advanced countering strategies in Overwatch. However, for now, just learning some basic ones will do you solid. Things like switching to Widowmaker or Hanzo to take out Bastion and Torbjorn turrets that are overexposed, or using Reaper to get behind the enemy lines, are some basic counters you can learn just by playing the game and learning your heroes. That way you know how to counter them when the enemies are playing them. Tip number 3 is double-sided. Firstly, kills do not guarantee victory in Overwatch. Secondly, death does not mean defeat in Overwatch. Mindlessly killing people is okay in some roles. Tracer isn't very good at holding the objective because she's squishy. However, this does not mean every single person on your team should be playing an assault hero going for kills. You need some people on the objective to win games. That's kind of common knowledge though. What's really important is learning when you should die. And yes, I said when you should die. There are situations where you need to sacrifice your life in Overwatch to help secure victory for your team. For example, let's say you've just charged up your ult as Reaper, and for the life of you, your team hasn't been able to capture the objective. Sometimes it may be worth running into the enemy team right on the point and ulting as Reaper, not because you're going to get a lot of kills, you'll probably die, but because you will distract the enemy team because everybody focuses in ulting Reaper. Everyone does it. They'll all turn towards you, and if your team capitalizes on this moment, it can lead to you capturing the point. It doesn't always have to even involve an ultimate. Jumping into a group of enemies as Winston allows your team to shoot them while they probably focus you because you just jumped right at them. I'm sure there are better examples of this, but for now, let's just move on to the next tip. Tip number 4 is use your ult more often. A large amount of players save their ultimate for that moment that they think will get them play of the game, and this is honestly extremely detrimental. This may be one of the most important tips in this video, and here's why. Ults in Overwatch are extremely powerful and they can be really game-changing. Lucio's ult gives your whole team tons of health. Reaper's ult and McCree's ult can wipe entire enemy teams. So holding on to these abilities doesn't make sense. I say whenever you can score 2 or more kills with your ultimate, use it. 2 kills is 1/3 of the enemy team, and if a large amount of your teammates are alive, that'll allow you to advance the point or defend it much better. By using it faster, you also start charging your next ult faster, which will allow you to get more off during the game, and you'll end up with more kills than if you would have just waited for that perfect moment to get play of the game. Tip number 5 is a quickie. Are you ready for this? The payload heals you. Yep, that's it. The payload will heal you if you stand on it. So not only are you advancing the point, allowing your team to win, but you'll gain health. Pretty neat. Tip number 6 is just keep in mind that you have unlimited ammo and reloads in this game are kind of short. Don't be afraid to shoot down range even if your weapon is a close range weapon. Now obviously I don't want you shooting at Widowmakers with Tracer or Reaper, but I mean heroes like McCree or really any of the support heroes. You can be shooting down range, and as long as you're hitting people, you're doing some damage. It may not be a lot, but it's better than none. I must add a disclaimer to this tip though. Don't overdo it. Try to make sure your ammo is always topped off for that moment you hit an enemy at your optimal killing range. Tip number 7 is focusing the right heroes. Ideally, you want to take out the enemy support/healer first. Then you want to take out the damage dealers, and finally, focus on the tanks when nobody else is left. This goes right along with tip number 8, which is protect your supports. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've died while surrounded by friendlies, simply because one enemy hero decided to focus me and my teammates didn't really care. If your support is near you, make sure you listen for audio cues, that way you know when they're getting shot at and when there's enemies nearby, and also sometimes just take a spin around, look at their health to see if they're low, if they're getting attacked, or if you think someone's gonna flank you. Tip number 9 may sound cheesy to some of you, but I promise you, it works. Tip number 9 is have fun, and don't be afraid to lose. All right, this may seem like, some fluffy garbage that doesn't make any sense, but trust me, when you lose and you let it get to you, you go on tilt, you become frustrated, and when you're frustrated, you make dumb decisions and you play worse, and it just exponentially gets out of hand. If you just sit back, realize that losing is part of the game, and you have fun with it, you will win more games, and like I said, you'll have more fun with it, so it'll be a more enjoyable experience all around. And boom, that's it. We got them all done in under 5 minutes. Hopefully these were helpful to you guys, and hopefully y'all start winning more games. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe, or recommend to your Overwatch playing friends, and stay tuned for more tips, tricks, guides, and also gameplay videos in the future. I also stream Overwatch over at twitch.tv/LoneHawkTV if that interests you, and I will see you all later. Lone Hawk, out.